All right, guys. So as much as I like this TV, like I said, there are some issues that I'm having. Hopefully, it's something that I'm able to resolve soon, or maybe you guys have done something different. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know, but I wanted to share this with you guys. I have connected my Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro to this TV. Now I'm using HDMI port number 2 and number 3 and 4. We're going to be using those ports because port number 1, I am reviewing. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's a sound bar right here. There it is. There it is. So I am reviewing that soundbar as well. Very affordable soundbar by Blitzwolf, and I'm using port number 1 to connect that with ARC. So port number 1 is completely dedicated to the soundbar, and I'll do a video. I'm working on a video on that one later on, but right now I want to talk about these issues. So remember, I'm using port number 2. We're going to be using number 2, 3, and 4. All right, so let's turn on the Xbox One X, which is going to be connected in number 4. And I will explain why I'm using those specific ports right now. So let's go into input, right? And then go to HDMI port number 4. I hope it works, because that is the issue that I'm talking about. Okay, so cool. I see an image. Xbox One is starting, and let's fast forward to this. All right, cool. So we're here, and also in the remote controller, you can press info, and it'll tell you the information. 2160, normal, stereo, connected to the Wi-Fi. Everything seems fine, right? Cool. So I hope it stays like this. And in the meantime, I'm gonna show you the settings that I have on the Xbox One X. Now, this is something really cool. Let me go here, settings. We're gonna go into settings. Then we're gonna go into display and sound, video out, right? Then over here we have the option of 4K, and we can also choose 1080p or 720p. Let me see if I can. No, I cannot change this. Okay, cool. Then over here we have the refresh rate of 60 hertz, and you can also choose 120 hertz. Now, if we change this to 120 hertz, the resolution will drop to 1080p, and you will also lose HDR. So this is up to you if you want to do this. I have done this before with other TVs like the Samsung NU8000. The cool thing about the Samsung, you are also able to choose 1440p resolution with 120 hertz. Now, the downside of that is that there are only a very few, I think there's about 2 or 3 games that you can, they have uncapped frame rate. You can take advantage of that. Now, keep in mind, this is the Xbox One X. Obviously, you're not going to be able to reach 120 hertz. You might be able to do more than 60, but at least you have the option to have that. You know, this probably works better. Actually, it works better on PC if you're connecting this to PC. But I'm going to talk about this later in the video. But keep in mind, this is going to be very important. This is a key thing up for the problem that I'm having right now. Now over here, video modes, we are able to change all this. This is cool. And let's go into 4K TV details, and everything is supported. So this TV is a 10-bit HDR. I mean, this TV is pretty badass, in other words. All right, now that is taken care of, let's go and play some Gears of War 4, shall we? So this is the issue that I'm having, guys. Now you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. You will get some part of the image. You'll see some part of this image right here, but that's about it. You get these blackouts. 2160 HDR10 should be working, right? But this is what happens, and this is just happening even worse. Every time I try to use this, it keeps getting worse. I'm thinking it's because of the HDR that just kicked in. I don't know exactly what's going on, but this same problem I have it with the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, I'm not saying that the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro are bad or something, because I connected this to my Samsung the KS8000 and no issues at all whatsoever. This is only happening with this one. And keep in mind, this is HDMI port number 4. All right, so let me switch to port number 3 and let's see what happens. All right, so that is port number 3, as you guys can see on top. Maybe if you missed it, let's go back again here. HDMI port number 3. No. Oh, why did you change? No. Let's go back to number 3. There you go. So HDMI port number 3, it's working perfectly fine. There are no issues here whatsoever. Oh, and another thing, I don't know if I showed you guys already, but either way, if you already have this TV, make sure you turn on UHD colors. You go to input. First, you go to menu, right? Open your menu from your controller, go to input settings, and then over here you go to the whatever input you're using. In this case, number 3, and then right here, full UHD color is on. All right, this is where you turn on or off your HDR. All right, let's go back again. As you guys can see, everything is working fine on this HDMI port, right? Cool. So now let me switch to HDMI port number 2 and let's see what happens. All right, so this is still number 3. Let's go switch to number 2. I already connected my Xbox One X to number 2. And it's not getting any signal at all. There is no signal HDMI port 2. And you know, everything started just like HDMI port number 4, but eventually you'll get to this point. No signal whatsoever. Yeah. All right, so let me show you how everything started like this and why. All right, in order for me to show you this, I went back to HDMI port 3. Now we're gonna go into the Xbox One X settings. We're gonna go here. And remember when I told you about the resolution, 4K, 1080p, and refresh rate 60 and 120 Hertz? Well, that is when all my issues started. I changed this to 120 Hertz. And this one automatically changed to 1080p. As soon as I did that, I started having those issues. I mean, even when I changed that, over here on the 4K TV details, everything showed as if I was using 4K and HDR, even though I had a 1080p. Now I remember checking right here on the info, this one it says 2160 normal. Well, before when I changed that, obviously it said 1080p. But the TV 4K details is still set 4K. So I thought it was kind of weird, right? So when I went back over here, everything was working fine, but I was getting a 1080p signal, but the image quality looked like a 4K. It just looked like nothing changed. So eventually I started getting these blackouts after that. So then I tried going back over here to changing the resolution. Went back to video output and settings and everything, and I tried to go back to 4K, and it just wouldn't let me. It said that this TV was not able to do 4K. There's some kind of mistake. So over here, if you go to help, the help section will tell you some of things that you can try. One of them was to go and turn off 4K, allow 4K. I turn it off and then I turn it back on. I tried different things. I tried using different ports. I tried using different HDMI cables and nothing worked. All of a sudden, boom, it turned back to 4K and I was able to turn back 4K and 60. I don't want to do this on HDMI port number 3 because I tried on HDMI port number 4 and you guys already seen what happened. It ruined the port. So this should not be an issue. This should not be happening. And I know this because I have tried this, changing the resolution and refresh rate with other TVs like the Samsung NU8000. No problem whatsoever. I also changed this on the Sony X900F. No issues whatsoever either. But on this one, for some strange reason, I'm having so many problems. And this not only happened on the Xbox. I also happened on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I tried this and it just doesn't work anymore. So like I said, I have tried with different cables, different ports, doesn't work. I turn off the TV, I turn off the Xbox, I unplug the TV, I unplug the Xbox from the power source, and nothing happens. So my next move right now will be to first off, I'm not gonna do this on port number 3, but my next move right now will be to hard reset the TV, and hopefully that will help. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go into the menu, and then we're gonna go into, I think, system, and then right here at the bottom I saw reset and admin, right? Reset and admin to factory, reset to factory settings. So yeah, we're gonna do a hard reset. All right, guys, so I did a factory reset on the TV, and I'm using HDMI port number 2. As you guys can see, it seems to be working. It seems to be working fine. Let's go to the Xbox settings real quick to see if everything is green check marks. 4K, 60 video modes, TV, 4K TV details. Okay, all the green check marks I have. Cool. Let's go back to the Xbox. Let's check out the info. 2160 normal. So that means that if we play an HDR game, everything should be working fine. Also, let me make sure that I turn on UHD colors. I actually already did, but I just wanted to double check. So HDMI port number 2. Yes, UHD colors are turned on. HDMI port number 2. Yeah, all right. So let's try Far Cry 5. Let's see how it works. All right. So no signal. Same issue, same problem. I thought factory reset will fix this, but it seems like it is not going to fix this. So I have no signal. Yep, there is no signal. Jesus. All right, so that's another fail. Let me try the PlayStation on port number 4, because remember, those are the ports that I'm having issues with. So let me try the PlayStation on port number 4. All right, so this is port number 4. Let me change the picture settings because this pretty bad, looks pretty dull. So we're gonna go into picture. This is standard. We're gonna change this. Is calibrated. So calibrated is supposed to be like the closest to the more natural colors. Also, it's very low energy consumption. Let's try. So this is dark calibrated for dark rooms, and this is vivid. Vivid. I think the colors look oversaturated. Look very cool though, but it kind of oversaturated. And this is game. So game mode, I like it, except that the backlight is pretty down. So we're going to increase the value on the backlight. Right. These are going to be the settings that I use. So if you guys want to check them out, if not, this is the ones that I like to use. Okay. So we're going to go into more picture. Then this one, the color temperature, I have this one in computer. So they give you this computer normal, which is very yellow. Yeah, so cool. Cool, I like it. Looks nice. Computer is kind of like warm too. And the normal, it looks very, very yellow, kind of like warm too on the Samsung. So this time I'm going to use computer. Black detail, I like to have this one on high. Extreme Black Engine Pro, this is the local dimming. This is low. I like to have this one on high, and you notice the brightness, it increases because it has better contrast. It looks beautiful with this Extreme Black Engine Pro. I like it a lot. Now clear action, this is like a black frame insertion. This will give you this, you guys probably don't see it, but it gives you this flickering, especially in some bright areas. So I like to have this turned off. This is better for motion. Range backlighting setting reduces blur. Yeah, this is to reduce blur. Honestly, I don't really care for this. As soon as you turn it on, I see flickering in the back of the TV. That's why I don't really care for this. So I want to turn this off. Game low latency, of course, this is game mode. I have this one on. Film mode, this is for movies. I have this one off. Color space, I have this one in auto, and gamma 2.1. So these are the settings that I'm using. This is really cool TV though. It has picture mode edit, and well, you can change pretty much the name of this picture mode that that I'm editing, and you can also color calibrate your TV. This gives you another menu right here, and you can use color tuner. I mean, you can turn your points, the colors right here, and then it'll give you color calibration tests. You can use some tests right here if you want to. I mean, this is really cool TV. It comes equipped with a lot of features, but I am having so many problems with this right now. So far, HDMI port number 4 seems to be working just fine. So let's go into God of War and let's see what happens. What? This application supports 4K HDR, but it will be displayed 2K because it's of your TV settings. If your TV supports 4K HDR, trying to be setting. What? No. My TV does support 4K HDR. There you go. Oh, it changed to 1080p. What the hell? 1080p HDR10. Wow. No. Let me go into the settings for the PlayStation. Right? Go sound and screen. Let's say video output settings. Video output information. It changed. Wow. It changed to 1080p HDR. Resolution. Okay, so. Oh, I think I know what it is. Let me go into the menu. Okay, let's go. Remember, we need to turn on UHD colors. So yes, that's what happened. So I had UHD colors turned off. Let me turn them on. There it is. Okay, and there it is. I am having problems again. So this is what's happening. As soon as I turn on UHD colors, the TV can't handle it, I guess. I don't know. Let me turn them off. Input number 4. Okay, HDMI. Okay, so now it's turned off. All right. I don't know. Maybe it could be that this game is running already, right? So let me close the application. Okay, so now everything should be normal. Let's go back again to the menu, and we're gonna go input setting number 4. Let's turn on UHD. There it is. Okay. Oh no, same issue. I thought it was going to be fixed, but it seems like UHD colors just don't work on this TV, guys. Let me switch to port number 3 if I have the same issue. Let me go check. All right, so this is UHD port number 3. I'm sorry, HDMI port number 3. So we're gonna go into the menu. We're going to, well, this input. The settings are pretty bad. I'm gonna turn on UHD colors. I hope it works. It should be working. All right, it seems like it's working. So let me go into the menu again. We're gonna go into picture. I'm gonna just change this to, all right, this is calibrated. I'm gonna change this to vivid. All right. No, let's change this to game. And I just going to increase the brightness real quick. And I'm going to turn off that flickering thing. I hate that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I am able to see this. Oh yeah, and computer. high, off, everything is fine. Okay. All right, so this is just wanted to be super quick. Let me jump into the information here. 2160 normal, yeah, that's about correct. So let's jump into God of War. Let's see if it works. Everything is working. 2160 HDR10 is taking the signal of HDR. It's playing at 4K. It's not resetting into 1080p or anything. I mean, this TV, honestly, the contrast, the black labels are beautiful. I do not see any blooming whatsoever. It's a beautiful display TV. It sucks that I'm having these issues right now because normally I use the Xbox and the PlayStation to play here and not able to use port number 2 and 4, only 3 and maybe 1 and maybe 5, but 5 is only limited to 1080p, right? So it sucks. It sucks because this is a brand new TV. So let's go back to here and yeah, 2160 HDR10. Everything is working fine. So this is the only port that I'm able to use it to do this, to play my games. So yeah, I don't know what happened to the other ports. I already did a factory reset. I changed different cables. I tried on 2 different systems and I'm having the same problems. So I am definitely returning this TV because when you're spending money on a TV, you expect everything to be working fine, especially that I review other TVs and no issues whatsoever. So I hope you guys have found this something useful and think about when buying this TV, and I hope you don't go through these issues. Also, another thing that I wanted to mention is that it smells very strong. It smells like burnt plastic. My whole room smells really bad, like burnt plastic. Even my wife tells me, "What the hell is that smell?" So that is something that it's kind of annoying. I never had those problems with other TVs that I have reviewed. So if you don't mind about the smell, just go for it. If you don't mind about this, maybe you're just using this TV to watch TV programs or the TV, but not me. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'm probably not even going to finish my review on this because I can't do something like this. I can't review a TV like this when I already have issues even less than a week. So I don't know. I kind of feel very, very disappointed right now. All right, guys, I'm Joester, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Joester out.